the minority leader. Can I give a minority leader just before you? Because you had caught the speaker's eye, but I'm sure you respect your own minority leader here.
Floor for him.
Thank you. Minority leader, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank Honorable Ochieng for ceding the time for me, Mr. Speaker. You know, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Ochieng is a potential presidential candidate from my area. Mr. Speaker, yeah, we are looking at a team with good eyes. But I'm telling him he has to wait for some time. Not long now, but he's almost there. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, I stand to oppose this motion, Mr. Speaker, because why do I say so, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, these issues that we are conversing this afternoon here, Mr. Speaker, are issues that have been long-standing. Mr. Speaker, from the year 2013, when we started having this bicameral parliament, Mr. Speaker, we have been having these issues. Mr. Speaker, I remember in that parliament, I was there, we were grappling with the idea whether to seek opinion from the Attorney General, to seek opinion from scholars on what is the mandate of the two different houses, Mr. Speaker. But now I'm very happy because the Supreme Court of Kenya has pronounced itself on this matter. Mr. Speaker, these matters have been very clear from the word go. Anybody who could read the Constitution could understand very well Article 94, 95, and 96 of the Constitution. And that's why, under the initiative of Honorable Chepkonga, we decided to initiate a bill as a House that can at least demarcate the functions of the two houses, Mr. Speaker. But apparently, the Senate, in their own wisdom of lack of it, decided to return the bill with outrageous amendments that just negate the whole purpose of the bill, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I remember vividly one time when the senators moved to court dancing on the road, Mr. Speaker, and we were sitting here watching them on TV. They were literally dancing. You know, you were there, you were in the Senate that time. Honorable, the lady, Honorable from Marsabit, Naomi Wako, the deputy whip, says she was a member of that Senate. They took 24 bills that we passed in this House, danced on the road, Mr. Speaker, like people who have won an election or something, and went to court with the sole purpose and intention of demonizing and intimidating and making the House of National Assembly look bad, Mr. Speaker. When we knew very well, when we had clarity of mind that the Senate had no role in those bills, Mr. Speaker. Yes. And in the end, we got vindicated. Last week or the other week when the Supreme Court did their ruling, we were vindicated. Public resources were wasted that were used in the litigation process. So, Mr. Speaker, it is now very clear, like day and night, what are the functions of each houses. And this debate of what is the function of the Senate and what is the functions of the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker, must end today afternoon, Mr. Speaker. From today going forward, the Senate must know that the Supreme Court has said what they are supposed to do. Mr. Speaker, we have reached a level in this parliament, the bicameral parliament, where the Senate was demanding that taxation bills, budgetary bills, money bills, and all kinds of bills must be taken to the Senate before they become an act of parliament. The court has now categorically ruled with clarity that the Senate of the Republic of Kenya has no role in money bills completely, Mr. Speaker. They can only deal with monies that the county governments are sharing among themselves through the revenue allocation bill, the county revenue allocation bill, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, anybody who understood or who read the Constitution properly knew very well that the Senate had no role at all in many bills. But they decided on their own volition to take the matter to court. First, they took it to the High Court, they lost it. They went to the Court of Appeal, they lost. They went to the Supreme Court now, and it finished the matter with finality. So, Mr. Speaker, Counties are supposed to deal with matters concerning, Senate is supposed to deal with matters concerning counties. And the National Assembly is supposed to deal with issues that concern the national people, the constituencies, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, when the Constitution is very clear, and you have been told you are supposed to deal with matters concerning counties, why do you want to infringe on other people's work? If you feel the Senate has no much work to do, next election contest for a constituency. Come to the National Assembly and do that kind of work. Mr. Speaker, the oversighting of national organs, Mr. Speaker, is the mandate of the National Assembly. When I see Senate calling Kenya Pipeline, Senate calling national irrigation, what is this thing called? Kenya Power. I just see, if today I was the minister of, or the CEO of that organization, I will not go up here before the Senate. You can send me as many summons as you want, because we have to adhere to the Constitution. The Constitution has demarcated the boundaries. Counties, Senate is supposed to deal matters concerning counties. And now we have a Supreme Court ruling. I don't know what they're going to do. Whether the Senate has the powers to annul the judgment of the Supreme Court, we will wait to see. Because it looks like the Senate now has powers to do anything. They can even annul a judgment, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I know how our colleagues are feeling. I know that they are feeling that they are supposed to do everything the National Assembly is doing. But unfortunately, the Constitution is what guides us as a nation. If the Constitution does not allow you to do that work. And why are they shying away from dealing with issues of counties, Mr. Speaker? Because we have 47 counties, and the main benefit the Kenyans got from the new Constitution, Mr. Speaker, is devolution. If I was a senator today, I will be preoccupied a lot with how to fortify and make revolution work, Mr. Speaker. Because that is where the rubber meets the road. That is where Kenyans are supposed to be served, Mr. Speaker. But now it looks like it is more lucrative to deal with the national issues. You could see last year what was happening. Every small national issue that comes up that needs to be dealt with by the National Assembly was taken up by the Senate. Every national issue. And now making the National Assembly look like they don't know what they are doing. We have been waiting for the Supreme Court ruling. That's why we were quiet. Yeah, we were saying, let the Supreme Court rule. When the Supreme Court does their ruling, then we will know where our beacons are, how far we can go. Mr. Speaker, we must have clarity in this country, Mr. Speaker, because we cannot, very soon, even county assemblies will demand the work of the National Assembly or the work of the Senate. So, if the senators want to do what they are supposed to do, then they should confine themselves to the work they have been given. Mr. Speaker, look at what they have done to this. Chepkonga and company, Mr. Speaker, went ahead to bring a bicameral bill, Mr. Speaker, so that it can help smooth running of the business of Parliament. What have I done? Because they thought they are going to get favorable judgments of the Supreme Court, they amended the whole thing in a manner that it becomes useless, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, me, I'm very happy today. And I am very happy because in my lifetime, before I leave this house, Mr. Speaker, we now know what is the function of the National Assembly and what is the function of the Senate, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is what the Supreme Court said. I want to read it verbatim. The exclusion of the Senate from participating in the enactment of money bills is not an anomaly, but deliberate as it aligns with established legislative practices in other asymmetrical bicameral systems. That's the Supreme Court talking, it's not me. Recognizing the critical role of financial legislation in ensuring the smooth functioning of the state and the effective delivery of public services, many constitutions prescribe a specific legislative procedure for money bills. These provisions are designed to avoid conflicts between the chambers of the bicameral parliament and to prevent prolonged deadlocks over financial matters that could hinder governance and economic stability, Mr. Speaker. Because what the Senate was trying to do was to hinder economic stability in this country. When you usurp powers Because according to me, the last 10 years, what was happening, what the Senate was trying to do was what I described as power grab. They wanted to grab the powers of the National Assembly. The functions, the powers of the past is with the National Assembly. If I was even to go further, I would have recommended even the division of revenue bill doesn't need to go to the Senate. It's a money bill, by all intent and purposes, Mr. Speaker. And now the National Assembly has been given by the Senate powers that it can originate all bills, money bills, bills concerning counties. But our brothers in the Senate cannot originate money bills anymore from today. They can only originate bills that concern counties. But us, we can originate both bills that concern counties and money bills, Mr. Speaker. Bills on taxation, bills on appropriation, bills on budgetary. All that now belongs to the National Assembly. And we are going to do our duty professionally, diligently, for the good of the country. Mr. Speaker, it went to the extent where they almost described us as a lower house, when the Constitution has prescribed completely the functions that we have, and it makes this house to be the upper house. Because when you don't have the power of the past, how can you call yourself the upper house? In my view, even to reduce expenditure, to reduce the wage bill of the country, the Senate should be able to meet quarterly. The Senate sitting should be once for 3 months to look at county issues, and 4 sittings in a year is enough for the Senate, Mr. Speaker. In my view, if my view was considered. But because you can end up sitting every week 3 times, and there is no business to conduct. Now it forces you to infringe on other people's business, on other people's functions, constitutional functions. Why can't you just sit for once 3 months, look at county issues, look at them, how they are doing, audit their books, and then go home and rest. Then after another 3 months, 4 times a year is good enough for the Senate to sit, Mr. Speaker. And I'm not doing this in a derogatory manner, Mr. Speaker. I really mean it, because that is how we are going to reduce even the wage bill of this country, Mr. Speaker. So in my view, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to say this. I never thought a day will arrive in this country, because look, they took 24, not 1, not 2, not 3. They took 24 bills that were passed by this House to court. 24 bills. And the court could only agree with them on 2 bills only. All the rest was said the court declared that they were constitutional. How much money do you think we have spent in litigation? Both of us, both the Senate and the National Assembly. How much money? A lot of money. Whose money is that? Taxpayers' money. So, Mr. Speaker, there was no need of taking those bills to court. There should have been an amicable way to solve that problem. The 2 houses could sit. Even now they are saying the concurrence that is required on bills by the 2 speakers only should happen when somebody raises it. If nobody raises it, there is no need for concurrence. The bills can go on. So, Mr. Speaker, I know we have differences of age set. The people in the Senate might be much older than us in terms of age. But that is not an African customary sitting or organization, Mr. Speaker. This is a constitutional organ that deals and does its functions in accordance with the Constitution. So if you are old, don't bring here issues of African that you have to respect the aged. You have to respect people older than you. No. Some of them now are young, and they
give him an additional 2 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I know some of our colleagues in the Senate now are young and vibrant. I beseech them and I advise them, in the coming election, please go to a constituency. That is where work is. Hii nyumba ya wasee, wachia wasee.
Order, Honorable Minority Leader. You cannot mix the 2 languages in one contribution.
Mr. Speaker,
you can either go straight Swahili or go English. You started with English, finish with English.
Mr. Speaker, I'm using the nyumba of wasee in court, Mr. Speaker. in quotes, Mr. Speaker, because I don't know how to describe Nyumba I was saying in English. They are called what? The House of Old Men. Or the House of Lords, Mr. Speaker. Or House of Lords. Mr. Speaker, the House of Lords. I know there is not much work there. The young people who are my age mates, our contemporaries, in the next election, either try to be a governor or a member of the National Assembly, so that you don't feel bad, or you don't feel misused, or you don't feel that your energy is not being utilized at your prime age, Mr. Speaker. Come to the National Assembly, where you will deal with budgetary, taxation, appropriation, and all kinds of matters that concern constituencies and the people of Kenya. And issues of national concern, not issues that concern counties only. And you know issues that can concern counties: burial permits, how to bury, the pets when they die, sewage issues, water issues. Those are the issues that are of concern, Mr. Speaker, to the counties. And let us stick to our lines, Mr. Speaker. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I oppose this motion. Thank you very much.
Honorable David Ochieng.
I think this is the longest I've had to